You suffer from anxiety whenever the stakes are high. Maybe it's a big negotiation, or you are going to speak on a stage, or you are going to ask for something that you want, or be on a big Zoom call. If you do, I am going to share one secret weapon that I have shared with hundreds of people that makes a huge difference. My name is Heather Hansen. I was a trial attorney for 25 years. Now I am a trial and jury consultant and a communications consultant. And I teach people like you how to tell their story and build belief in them and their ideas. And one of the things that I have seen time and time again is that when it comes time to tell our stories, we often get anxious, myself included. I have been a TV anchor. I have done TV work. I have been a trial attorney. I have been a mediator. And most of the time, especially at the beginning, in every one of those endeavors, I got nervous. And one thing that I would do intuitively was to hold my thumb. Very simple, look like this. Under the table, especially in the makeup table before I went on to be on television, or right before I gave my opening, I would find myself just intuitively holding my thumb. Now, I was a thumb sucker. So I just sort of figured that it was similar to that. Well, it turns out that there is really good science behind this. It is called Jin Shin Jitsu, otherwise known as Jin Shin, and it is an ancient Japanese art of energy. I sort of think of it as acupressure. This book, The Art of Jin Shin, has been a huge resource for me as I have studied Jin Shin. But the main thing that I want to start with is this very simple thumb hold. In Jin Shin, the thumb is a place that we can have points for anxiety. And so if you are feeling anxious, before you testify, as a trial consultant, I work with a lot of people before they testify, before you give a big speech, before you negotiate your next raise, before you get into a difficult conversation with your partner. Very slowly, very simple, you grab your thumb with your other hand. Doesn't matter which hand, really. You grab it, pay attention to how it feels. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. You start to feel the pulse of energy in your thumb as you do so, and it will calm you down. Now, the people have used this that I have worked with before trials, during depositions. One of the nice things about it is no one can tell that you're doing it. You know, you're holding your hand under the table. No one knows that I'm holding my thumb. Now, you do want to be careful, and this gets into presentation skills, but you don't, if you're presenting, you don't want to be doing it the entire time because your hands are very important presentation tools. We can talk about that in another video. But you can do this for a few moments, a few deep breaths under the table, a few seconds even. It's going to help. Jin Shin has been proven to help people with cancer experience less pain, people after surgery experience less pain, and to reduce blood pressure in people who have had strokes. It is real. And I want to share with you a little bit more about Jin Shin itself. The word Jin Shin Jitsu, which is the full name for it, it is translated to the art of creating through compassion, or the art of the creator through compassion. And I love that because most of Jin Shin we do on ourselves. It is a self-help technique. And so you are using your creator and you are using self-compassion. And I think that that's one of the main tenets of Jin Shin, is having compassion for yourself. For example, they say, and I love this, that bodies are meant to be discovered, not conquered. Now, as someone who has I lost 100 pounds when I was young. I've run a marathon. I've done a triathlon. I did hours upon hours of yoga when I was younger. I certified to become a Pilates instructor. But all of these were in an attempt to conquer my body. And in some ways I did. Losing that weight felt very much like I was conquering something. And I lost that weight, gosh, 20 years ago. Since then, I have been on a path of discovering what my body needs, what my body wants, what feels good for me, not what everyone else is telling me I'm supposed to eat or not eat, do or not do, but discovering for me that I don't have to conquer myself, that I can trust myself and I can trust my body. And that's one of the things I like about Jin Shin is that we can trust ourselves. And if we learn that we can trust ourselves, that, oh, touching my own thumb alleviates my anxiety, then we also might trust ourselves. I can speak my truth. I can be a witness to what happened to me. I can be a witness to what I did in that situation. And the confidence builds. So, one thing to remember is that your body is meant to be discovered, not conquered. The other thing that they talk about is that symptoms are to help you, and they are meant to be a warning. They are not a bad thing. They are teaching you what road you are going down. And if you don't like that road, they are an opportunity to change it. And in a similar vein, they say in Jin Shin that problems are actually projects. And we all love a project. We can get excited about a project. We don't expect a project to end like that. And so things that are going on with our bodies can be seen as projects as opposed to problems. And so can that big speech, that big negotiation, that big ask that you're about to make. It's a project. It's a project that you're working on with the other person. And if you do so while you grab your thumb, you might find that that project becomes fun and easier. Now, I've talked a little bit about the foundation of Jin Shin, and I will say again, this book, The Art of Jin Shin by Alexis Brink, is a phenomenal resource if you want to learn more. Alexis Brink is a phenomenal practitioner here in New York City. I've worked with her. I've had her perform Jin Shin on me. And if you want to study Jin Shin, that's a great place to start. Now, I will also share with you, thumb holds are great, and I use them all the time without even thinking about it, but there are other ways to use your hands that are worth sharing. So the other fingers have different things that they help with. So your index finger, either side, your index finger is for fear. Let me pause on the either side thing. It is true that it's either side, though in Jin Shin, they believe that the left side of the body is more of the old stuff, your childhood, maybe some old trauma or whatever, and the right side of your body is the more ongoing acute stuff. So if you have fear from something that happened in the past, maybe it makes more sense to do the hold on your left hand. If you have fear about something that's about to happen, maybe it makes more sense to do the hold on your right hand. But these are the holds. Index finger is fear. So if you are feeling fearful, I have a dentist appointment tomorrow that I'm going to be using this for. You want to grab your index finger, same as you would your thumb, grab your index finger with your full hand and just apply a little bit of pressure. Sometimes when I teach people this, they think I'm doing it wrong because nothing's happening. It doesn't happen until you let it happen. So you just apply a little bit of pressure. Maybe you feel the way that your finger feels. I can sort of feel a pulse of energy in my finger when I do this with intention and presence and awareness. And that's it. You know, in the Jin Shin practice, they talk about taking 3 deep inhales and exhales. So 3 cycles of breath for every one of these holds. And so I'll do that. Sometimes in the morning, I do all of the holds that I'm about to teach you, and I do it taking 3 breaths with each hold, which then equals out to 36 breaths, which is in Jin Shin, one of the goals each day, to take 36 deep breaths. So first finger, fear. Middle finger, very appropriately, is anger. So in my cases, when I was trying cases regularly, I defended doctors, hospitals, nurses in medical malpractice cases. They were sometimes angry at the attorney who had sued them when they were just doing their best to take good care of their patient. And so this was very helpful for them. You might be angry that you have to ask for a raise and you're not just going to be given it. You may be a witness in a case that I'm preparing and you're angry about even being there. It is great to know that the middle finger is for anger. And it's the same thing. If you're doing past anger, you might want to do left hand. If you're doing future present anger, right hand, and you just grab on, easy peasy, and you just sit and you let it be and you slow down. So hard in this current world. I am so impatient, and I do find that this practice makes me more aware and it slows me down. So fear, anger, ring finger, sadness. So if you're feeling sadness from the past, sadness in the current times, do the hold on that finger, sadness. And the pinky fingers are trying too hard. When you're clinging, when you're forcing, when you're rushing. Pinky finger, hold. Pinky finger, hold. Deep breaths. Feel the energy. And there you go. Now, the great way to remember this, and the reason I first learned Jin Shin over a decade ago in Sedona, Arizona. I was staying at a phenomenal spa called Miyamo. And one of the things they offered was Jin Shin, an hour with a practitioner. And I spent that hour with a practitioner and I've never forgotten it. And one of the things that she taught me to remember these holds is that the fingers spell out fast. It's a fast way to change your nervous system. Fear, anger, sadness, try too hard. Amazing. And so you can use these. And then one of the things you can do, I'm a meditator, and sometimes in the morning while I'm meditating, I will go through the holds on each hand, all of the holds, because I don't want to go through my days trying too hard, feeling sad, angry, fearful, or anxiety. So at the beginning of the day, I get my breaths in, I get my holds in, and I go off and face my day. I have taught a lot of people who are about to testify, whether at deposition or trial, about these holds. I have taught some lawyers about these holds. I have taught some founders who want investment money, some C-suite individuals who want to get new jobs or go higher in the ranks. These holds work. They've been proven to work, and they certainly have worked for me. And I know they can work for you as well. At the very least, they will make you aware and present. And in these very fast moving times, they will slow you down. The last one that I will share is another one of my favorites, and that is to touch your two middle fingernails together. And again, just hold it. And that will allow you to influence just overall well-being. But I think it's also great because it takes a little bit of intention, a little bit of awareness of your body. And again, it will slow you down. If you want more information on any of this, comment below. Remember to follow, like all the things so that you get more of my videos. I really share communication tips, and this is a great one for you to get in the right frame of mind before you start communicating and advocating for yourself. I hope you enjoy this, and I will be back soon. In the meantime, take good care.